So let's talk about using Google Slides as a notebook. The advantage of using Google Slides is it lets you easily manipulate images and text. You can design the layout like a notebook, not a presentation. It defaults to a presentation, but we can alter that so it behaves like a notebook. So some theme changes. I want dark text on a white background. This lets us print on paper without using all the toner or ink. If it's completely digital, we can be a little bit flexible on this. I just need good contrast, but if you're printing, I don't want to see you printing black pages with white text. It needs to be dark text on a white background. Page setup, you can either go to a custom page setup and make it 11 by 8.5 so it matches exactly a page when you print it. But if you look at a 4:3 ratio, that is about the same ratio. They're both about 1.3. So a 4:3 ratio will also work. So you can use the default for page setup 4:3, or you can do custom 11 by 8.5 for your page setup to make it behave like a notebook that you were going to print or produce in a PDF. So another thing you need to do is learn to edit the master. So you go to Slide in Google Slides and you choose Edit Master. And in the very first slide, you need to select the bulk text. That's the box underneath the title. And you choose Format, Line Spacing, Remove Space after Paragraph. This will let you condense your text to get a lot more content in there. You also need to insert slide numbers. Look at my example here. It has a slide number down here at the bottom. And then you can set your desired colors and fonts. Keep it professional and easy to read. So I want you to avoid having a slideshow that you use for the whole year. The thing with Google Documents and Google Slides, if you get to a lengthy presentation, the response starts slowing down. So we're going to focus these on slide decks per project or slide decks per section or something like that. I like to say around 20 slides I need to start thinking about starting a new notebook. So we're going to use these in chunks. For the digital notebooks, I'm going to share a folder with you, and this is going to become your notebook / portfolio for the year. This is where all your course note work and your notes are going to go. To make your file names easy to sort, we're going to use a standardized prefix. We're all going to name our files the same way. This will functionally produce a table of contents without you having to maintain a table of contents document. And this is one of the failing points I see in a paper-based notebook, is a lot of times you'll have great notes all throughout your notebook, but you don't have a table of contents because you haven't thought about it. So we're going to solve this with file naming. So we're going to use this format for the date, 2-digit year - 2-digit month - 2-digit day. And what this is going to do is sort by year, month, and day, and this is going to sort your content in chronological order. And then you need to make sure your file name is descriptive as far as what the activity is, the project is, the problem is, whatever you're trying to solve. Make sure it's described appropriately. So if you look on the left here, you can see an example where we have some dates and titles, dates and titles, dates and titles. Also, if it's reference information, let's put the prefix REF. So the reference information goes to the bottom of your list. So it's still in there, but it's not mixed in with the chronology that you're trying to sustain. I will go over this more, and I will remind you when I review your folders. So this is what it's going to look like, a close-up. So you can see the first digits being the date. It sorts from the oldest to the newest as you look through these dates, and then the reference information is at the bottom. When you do, and the thing is, working by hand, it's faster in a lot of cases. It's faster for doing quick sketches. It's fast for doing algebraic calculations and formula manipulation. It's faster for doing simple data tables. It's faster for doing mind maps and graphic organizers where you're relating ideas to one another. But what I want to do, I'm not going to handle paper from you this year. I want PDFs. So you need to capture your paperwork as PDFs. Be sure your name is on there, and I'll go over that in just a little bit. I need to see names and dates and titles, and I want them to look a certain way. Let's talk about what I'm expecting for handwritten work. Handwritten work needs to be scanned, not photographed. No photos. Like this on the left, I don't want it to look like this. It needs to be a document scan. What this does for you is you can take a picture of it and it crops it down to only the page and it aligns it, and a lot of times it will increase contrast and make it easier to read. So 2 scanning apps that are convenient and easy and reliable and easy to figure out and use are iPhone Notes. You'll see this icon. Okay, you can use that, and couple that with AirDrop on your student machine, or couple that with Google Drive, and you can move your scans as PDFs easily. Another one is Microsoft Lens. It's this one, and you can scan your paperwork as PDFs and upload it into Google Drive right there from your phone very, very conveniently. Notice how the one on the right is much easier to read than the one on the left.